I got asked to explain rotations of shapes. I'm going to do that really quickly. I've set something up for you. So here I've got a quadrilateral, and I've colored the vertices a little bit to maybe help when we see the rotation. So I've got the 4 vertices, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate this 90 degrees clockwise. So I'm going to spin it this way, like I'm spinning kind of to the right, like a clock goes. So I'm going to spin it 90 degrees. And when I do, this is what I get. Okay, look how it spins. Now, where'd the points go? Okay, so 3, 8. When I spin the coordinate plane, maybe it'll help if I try to center these the same. So you kind of get the center to be kind of about the same. There you can see it. Different sizes. I'm going to zoom that out just a little. Zoom that out just a little. Try to line them up a little bit. There we go. Okay, so what happens is what was the x-axis becomes the y-axis, and what was the y-axis becomes the x-axis. So this point spins down here. Now, what happens though is these two numbers switch spots because this is the y-axis, and now it's laying here. This distance 3 from the y-axis is now below, and likewise this comes down here. This distance is now the x, so they switch spots. But of course it's going to go from the first quadrant into the fourth quadrant. And in the fourth quadrant, the first number is positive, the x is positive, and the y is negative. So that's why they change like that. So it rotates like that. So you get this spinning. All right, so the same thing happens with negative 7, 10. So negative 7, 10 moves from the second quadrant into the first quadrant. The x's and y's switch spots because we went 90 degrees. So what was x is y, and what was y is x. And because we're in the first quadrant, they're both positive. So then you're down here, negative 12, 0. Negative 12, 0. It's going to come all the way up here. It's going to be right there because it's going to, the x's and the y's are going to change spots. So what was y becomes x, what was x becomes y, and we're on the positive part of the y-axis, so it becomes 0, 12. And then lastly, negative 2, negative 4 spins from the third quadrant into the second quadrant. In the second quadrant, the x is negative, but the y is positive, so you get negative 4, negative 2. And then, just to help out, I went ahead and did it again. So let's zoom, try to get the same. I'm going to label that. And then it helps if I turn on projector mode, that helps. So again, we'll try to kind of line these up a little bit. We're close, we're different sizes a little bit. That's getting close, maybe one more. Okay, so that's pretty close. Okay, so again, the same thing happens again. So this point's going to go 90 degrees more clockwise. So you're going this way, and what was x becomes y, and what was y becomes x. So the 3 and the 8 are going to switch, but because I'm in the third quadrant, they're both negative. So the 10, 7, it's going from first quadrant to fourth quadrant. In the fourth quadrant, the x is positive, the y is negative. They switch spots. So we're at 7, negative 10. When you're talking about 0, 12, again, it's going to come down here. What was 0, 12? X's and Y's switch spots. It's going to become 12, 0. And lastly, negative 4, negative 2, negative 4, positive 2 swings into the first quadrant. So both are positive, but it's now 2, 4. So that's how rotations work. Now, what we've effectively done between here and here is we've done a 180 degree rotation. We did the 90 degrees twice. And if you wanted to do 270, you just do it again. So you're just flipping x and y and then adjusting the signs depending on what quadrant you land in.